I have just gotten back from the hairdressers. We've gone more blue because trying to get future plans to work with that. Just had to get rid of the purple because it doesn't come out or fade over time. And then on my way home, I got some Boost juice. Last night, I went out with some co-worker friends to get burgers for dinner, and then churros after. We talked about all sort of topics that most people talk about in a churros, like serial killers and stuff, because we're very normal people. And I was going to try to take like little videos of like my dinner and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I only remembered like as I was about to have my churros. I was like, oh, I just completely forgot. So I took a photo because I felt weird taking a video, apparently. Another thing that I need to do this weekend, I fully thought I didn't have any plans, and I was like, oh great, I'll be able to crochet a lot, or like relax even. And I forgot about the social plans, and then I forgot I had my hairdresser's appointment today, and I was like, oh, I'm very quickly running out of time to like do actual much of anything at all. Like, it's late in the afternoon now, and it's Thursday, which means I essentially have tonight and tomorrow to get anything done that I want to get done. And one of those things is finishing the Espeon pattern test for Hege. I'm behind on that. It's already the 20th where I am, but I'm in the future in Australia where it's sort of like ahead of all time zones. So I don't know what time it is actually due, but I need to get cracking on it. I've got the eyes ready. I've got a lot of it started. I just need to do like the sewing and the body. Hi, Harry. Other than that, I finished the second ball. Let me get this in all its glory. It's looking very pretty. I'm not hating the color changes. Like, it looks a bit weird on the camera there, but you literally cannot tell in person. So I'm not sure like how many more skeins I want to add to it, but it's turning out nice. And that's just like a nice one to work on when I don't want to think of a pattern or anything. I think the other thing I did finish, which I may have started in the last vlog, potentially, I made an octopus. It's super grumpy and realistic looking. It is by All from Jade, and I really liked this pattern. I would have made it in one go, but Trixie at the time said no, so I couldn't. I want to make more of these. I don't know what color to do it in though. I'm thinking maybe red, at least. Sort of usual octopus colors that come to mind for me is orange, red-ish, and then purples and blues. So I can see me making more of these, definitely. I haven't really been up to much, honestly. I've just been like super tired, trying to get rest, and just I never have time. Bad. You know, I'm already burnt out and burning myself at both ends, to be honest. I have my annual leave coming up at the end of this week, and then I'll have sort of 2 weeks off. That'll be nice. I don't really have much planned. I've got like some life admin things planned, but I'm not going to schedule too much of that either, because the last time I had time off work was for my birthday because I wanted a break, and I ended up doing something on every single one of those days off, and it honestly felt less like a break and more like I just exhausted myself further. So my goal is to not do that this time, and I'm kind of wishing I could have taken 4 weeks, but I don't have enough accrued, so I can't. And I don't know if my workplace does the whole, you know, double the leave, half the pay sort of deal. Would be nice. I should ask, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel after 2 weeks. I know the whole thing with burnout is that sometimes it takes months or years to sort of recover from it. What we're going to do now is, I have been waiting to open this package. I'm sort of leaving them all for vlogs because I think it's something fun and interesting for you guys to see. I got another yarn package because it was restocked finally in the colours that I needed, and it's sort of the last restock that's going to be happening until the new colours come out. And I think I said that last time, but I was wrong. But we have more. This will be my last order until I get the new colours, and I'm only going to get the new colours unless I've run out of any, which is highly unlikely. In the future, I think I do want to do like a stash debusting. Like, I need to get rid of some of the yarn I have, especially the stuff that's not this, because I like this. I want more of this. I want less of everything else that I have. Yarn is so pretty. Like, are you joking? I actually need to check my order to see if this is right, because I feel like there is a lot in here and I don't remember ordering a lot. And I will say, I still missed out. I was like, I should show you what yarn it is, right? I got more Zaddy Crafts, a really good chenille. I was trying to stock up on all the colours I was low on, and I wanted to get some more of the white, and it sold out in like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, I thought I was going to have some time to like place this order, but apparently not. So I think I didn't get any white. I believe it was sold out by the time I put my order in. I'm not exactly low on it, but I could do with some more, and I'm going to be using a bit of it soon. I got one in the dark green, one red, one black, two light grey, one light brown, two dark brown, two mint, two pink, and then I got 4 purple because I am currently using quite a bit of this. All the yarn that I've bought so far, I've bought several orders, and every time it's been all lot 1 colours, so I know they're all the same dye lot, which is amazing. I can't imagine how much yarn Zach had to buy when he placed this custom order. It would have been heaps. Heaps. I do want to show you another parcel that I got as well. It's not crochet related, but I like supporting small business, especially in 2025. That's kind of the year of supporting small. If you haven't heard, it's bookmarks. Let me take it out of the plastic sleeve. This is from Romanticy Designs, and I put in 2 separate orders. So my first order was, I got 2 of these, and they're like see-through. So it's like stained glass, but just so you can see the design. You know, roses and swords, very romantic-y vibes. I got this one for my sister, who I haven't seen yet, to give that to her, but I do plan on doing so. I did give one to my sister-in-law-ish, my brother's partner. They're not actually married, but they may as well be. So I got one for her as well, because they both like to read romantic-y sort of stuff. And then I got some for myself, because I ordered those as gifts, and then I was like, I need some for me, especially because if you know me, I like bats. It's kind of my whole thing. And I saw some bat ones, and I was like, I can read those when I'm reading something spooky, or if it's like Halloween season, I can read it. We got the cute little packaging here with the thank you sticker. So I got quite a few. I may give some of these as gifts as well. I haven't decided yet. I just kind of bought a whole lot of ones that I thought looked cool. And the main one that I really liked was sort of like a new design that she's made. So it is wooden with this golden tassel, and it's dragons. Nice and thick. But yeah, and it's like engraved. How cool is that? I think it's really cool. Do we want to see the others? These ones are all the stained glass ones as well. She does also throw in like her thank you card is a bookmark itself that says reading is magic. It's so slay. And it's got like all her details on there, so I can put those in the description if you want to check her out. Here we have another one. So this one is a dragon and a sword and fire, stained glass into it. And then this one is very me. I mean, duh, it's just a bunch of bats. That one's for me. I also like dragons. All of the sort of dragon ones are probably going to be mine as well. And then I got this one sort of for Halloween season. It's got like the castle and the bats. Again, bats, I will buy it. Keep in mind, Halloween isn't really a thing in Australia. I'm trying to make it a thing. I want it to be a thing. I think it would be fun. But we just don't do it here, apparently, because Australia is allergic to fun. And then we've got this one. I don't like the reflections. I'm so sorry. It's hard just because the camera. But it's like a sword and a moon. I don't think it's this one's a bit muted when it's not got something on the background, but I don't know if that's intentional. Maybe just because of the hues of it. And then lastly, a cat in a bookshelf looking at the moon. Little black cat there, some stars here. Just a cozy little reading area. I thought that was cute. I like cats, so I got that one as well. Those are all my bookmarks. I suppose you might be wondering, why would you need more than one bookmark? Shut up. That's why. Different vibes, you know? Different vibes for when I'm reading, and I can give these as gifts. These are really cool. And supporting an artist, you know? Plus, I am usually honestly reading several books at once. If you go to my bookshelf behind me, guaranteed there's like 20 in there right now. at least with bookmarks in the middle of them, because I have ADHD. I like to start things and then not finish them. That's why I have so many crochet whips as well. It's just who I am, right? So now I can have these ones, and then I'm gonna, what's gonna be funny is I'm gonna put these inside a book. Forget about it, because I get, it becomes a reading work in progress. And then when I go back to that book later, I'm gonna find like these cool bookmarks that I've forgotten about, or I couldn't remember where I put them, and I get to enjoy them all over again. So now I need to be reading some fantasy. And speaking of which, I did actually start the Rise of Kyoshi book from the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Started reading like the first chapter. I still haven't finished it because I only just started reading it last night. But I went on YouTube and I found this really funny video. Some fan has gone animated. I don't even know if it's abridged or not. I didn't watch too much because I didn't want to spoil myself for the book. But just the immediate sort of way, like even just a fan making something threw me into it, and I knew who the characters were, and it just helped me visualize a lot. Like reading the book afterwards, I was like, okay, I now know that, I don't know, like there's details that someone can put into like a visual that I just can't get from a book until, you get to that point wherever the author explains it. But you don't just want to read a book and it's just like introducing character, here's what they look like, blah blah blah, here's everything about them, because it's, show don't tell. Whereas watching that was just like a really good, easy way to sort of like figure out where we are in the story and what's happening. I would recommend going and watching it. I believe the YouTube series is called like Team Kyoshi, or that's the name of the channel, but I really enjoyed that, and I'm totally gonna watch those either once I finish reading the entire book or when I finish the chapters, just because like it was just a lot of fun. It was like a visual novel of it, really enjoyable, but it tells it a bit, it's definitely not like a word for word of the book of what's happening, so I don't want to spoil myself if they just mention certain things earlier. Plan for tonight is to work on that pattern test. However, for some reason, getting my hair done like actually knocks the wind out of me. I just get so tired. It's so exhausting, and that sounds silly because all I'm doing is sitting in a chair for hours. I was there from 10 until 3. So I think I may want to go have a nap, maybe, or just like lie down, sleep, nap, something, get my energy back so I can power on through the night. I don't know what time this pattern test is due. I may be late, I might not finish it in time, but I don't want to be that bad friend. You know how I mentioned in that vlog when I started that I don't like being the person that's never done on time? This time it's not my fault. I didn't know. I didn't realize that I had things on to do. I suppose that's kind of my fault. I should have recognized that. Oh well, but it's like 5:30 now, so I'm gonna go and I'll see you back here later to work on the pattern test. Might be tonight, maybe tomorrow. So whatever I said before, I didn't end up doing any of it. When I filmed that last part of that vlog, I went to bed and just didn't finish the vlog. But I'm thinking I'll just continue on, even though it is now the 4th of March. We're in autumn now, officially, which is nice. Some things happened between then and now, obviously, so let me just catch you up quickly. I didn't get the pattern test finished, but I did tell Hege, and I ended up buying the pattern afterwards, because if I don't finish a pattern, I buy the pattern just so that the designer knows I wasn't just in it for a free pattern, like I still support and then share on the day. But I have run into some issues with overuse of my hands, and I've got some pain in this hand in particular, and I don't know if it's from crochet or I feel like it's from using my mouse a lot on my computer, but just had a bit of pain and also just lots of things going on. So I am officially on my annual leave now, and I did actually ask my managers if I could take my annual leave early, just because don't ask, don't get. And so I went back for one day on the Saturday, and I was like, I'm actually going to die if I don't tap out soon. Is there any chance I can take my annual leave 3 days early? And they did let me, so shout out to them. That was a big help because I needed the rest. I couldn't go on. And so I've been on annual leave for a little bit of time now. It's been nice. I haven't really done much, and that's kind of the entire point of the annual leave this time around, at least. I don't want to overdo it. I just sort of little things here and there, to sort of get myself back on track with being a freaking adult, which I hate. I haven't really been the best at really finishing any sort of plushies or projects, but I did make a pickle. So it's in this really cool pickle color, and this is the free pattern by All from Jade on Instagram. I think she also has it as a downloadable on Ravelry, possibly. But the funny thing about this is it's like a stress pickle, you know? And the irony is, as I was making it, I somehow, like, as I was making it, it seemed like I had the right stitch count. But as I got to like the second to last row, I was like, this is wrong. And so I had to frog the entire thing because I'd messed it up right at the beginning and start again. It probably not that important, like it's a pickle, no one would notice. But it bothered me, so I had to frog the entire thing. And I was like, speaking of stress, but yeah, I like these. And I decided not to put a face on this one. Usually I put a face on the pickles. But I think like as a stress toy, it's better to just not have any sort of like hard bits on it. You know, it's squishy. So that's like the only thing that I've actually finished lately. And my hands are still sort of recovering. So I've been trying not to push through it. And for like the last 24 hours or so, like the last day, I didn't crochet at all to try and give my hands a break. And today I wanted to see how I went. So I crocheted a little bit. It's not painful, but I feel like I'm still not exactly ready to be jumping straight back into it. So I'll probably hold off on crocheting a little bit for a little bit more. However, I got more packages, so I want to show them to you. I'm going to show you the first one, which is, again, not crochet related. It's book reading related, so you can skip that if you don't want to. But I did also get 2 yarn packages. I got one from Source of Fibre and one from Yarn Over Yarn Under, which is my first order with them. And it's like the same like velvet yarn I already use, but she just stocks it as well, and she stocks all the colours, so I'm sort of probably going to be buying it through there now just because it makes the most sense for me. And that was because with the Source of Fibre order, that's for the mushroom hat that I want to make, the new one, and I started making it. As I started making it though, I'm sort of iffy on the colour, so we'll get into that later. But for now, I want to show you this book related haul. And if you are my sister or my brother's girlfriend, need you to stop watching because some of these are presents for you. So the package is from Enchanted Oddities, and she did send some freebies. I don't get a lot of the references for the things that I bought for like my sister that read Sarah J Maas and all that. So I don't know if this is a reference to that, but this is a little freebie. And this like material is so smooth for paper. It's kind of crazy. And then also these 2 prints as well. The little dragon and then this mirror mountain thing. Both gorgeous, both that smooth feel, and those were included for free. And also some little stickers, it's a little candle and a little book. The really exciting part of it is what I ordered. These are the ones, the bookmarks that I got. Well, this is the one I got for my sister. Look at the holographic. It's just so cool. If you read A Court of Mist and Fury, apparently this will make sense to you. It does not make sense to me. But my sister's name is Courtney, and this is like A Court of Dreams down the bottom. So I figured like that one's cool, it's pretty. And then for my brother's girlfriend, I got this one, which is again metallic foil, but like gold. And it's the same little dragon, and it's got like moths and stuff, and it's like a sun version of this. And then I got one for myself, and I'm really glad I did because like these are so incredibly gorgeous, like high quality, they're massive. The feel of them just totally would recommend, worth the money. Here's the bookmark that I got for myself. It's the night version of the other dragon bookmark, but like just the rainbow silver. I'm just fully obsessed with this. fully obsessed. I have it sitting on my bookshelf so I can stare at it. And then you can also see all the bookmarks that I'm not currently using from the other place. So this is Romantasy Designs. This is Enchanted Oddities. I put them up here because I want to be able to see the art when they're not like in a book. And I think that's like a really cool place because that's also where I have my Polaroids, which, by the way, if you're curious, it's my animals. So we've got Trixie, Harry, and then my foster dog, Sleepy, and he got adopted, so he's not here anymore. I also got myself a little holographic fourth wing sticker, and I don't know if I'm gonna actually put that on anything, or maybe I'll also use it as like a bookmark or something. Another cool sort of item that I bought, I got 3 of, and it's these, they're like star catchers. No, that's not the right. What am I thinking of? The things that you put it on like a window, and then when the sun hits it, it refracts the light and like covers your house in rainbows. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the designs, but this is like a wolf on a moon, and it says "light it up." Again, a reference to something that I'm not quite sure what. And then this says Terra Sen. I'm also not sure of the reference, but it's like a deer in some forest. They're very pretty, like if you could actually see the design. And then this one is like wyvern dragons. You can't really see. I think it's a reference to a book because there's 13 of them, and the 13 seems to be from a series of some sorts. It's just started raining, and I'm trying not to freak out about it. Where I live, we've just been issued a cyclone warning, like in the last sort of day or two. And where I live, we don't get cyclones. The last time Southeast Queensland had a cyclone was like the 70s. And we get them in North Queensland a lot, but like North Queensland is built for it, they're used to it because it happens all the time. But down here, houses aren't built for it. And if you've got like a newer house, you have better chances of your house being able to withstand cyclone sort of weather. But older Queenslanders, they aren't built for cyclones, so it's quite worrying. Like it's only a category 2 though. I don't really know what that means because I've obviously not lived through a cyclone before, but I'm kind of directly in sort of that area where they're predicting that it's going to land, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll get this posted by the before the cyclone hits. It's currently Tuesday, and it's meant to be sort of a storm happening like Wednesday, and then the cyclone actually hits on Thursday and Friday, like late Thursday, early Friday, and then rain and flooding after that. So like Brisbane's used to floods, okay? But yeah, it's going to be interesting. This storm that's rolling in out of nowhere is kind of scary. Like the last couple of days where it's like, okay, cyclone's gonna happen, it's been like eerily calm. I can show you guys the yarn I bought and the projects that I've started. I started the mushroom hat. I also started a Greyhound snood, and I also started a Bert. And surprisingly, even though I usually do those in one sitting really quickly, something happened while I was making it. I can't remember now, but I put it down, and it's just like, if I put it down, it's not getting done for a little while, you know? And mostly like the issues with my hands means like I've been struggling to pick things back up after I've put them down lately. And I'm pretty sure I've also done more work on that star blanket, but I'll pull it out and show you guys because it might be the same as before. I don't know how much more I've done. Definitely haven't finished like a whole new skein of it. Here is the progress on the new mushroom hat. I have like 6 more rows or something on the top brim to go, I believe. And the thing is, I kind of was expecting, like, you have to double strand the velvet with like a worsted weight yarn, and the worsted weight is lighter than I thought it would be. It doesn't look terrible, but it definitely gives it like a two-tone effect. And so that is the Arundel Eve. It's my first time using this yarn, and I'm liking it so far. I'm getting surprised with the quality of acrylics from like small businesses that I'm buying from, because when I would buy them from Spotlight, they were like garbage. And so I kind of thought all acrylic was like that, but apparently you can get different like anti-pilling grades, and so the higher it is, the less like fuzz it's got. And then I'm liking the better quality style. And then I also have the Plush Velvet by Yarn Over Yarn Under, and this is the second skein of that. I have gone through one so far making this hat, and I'm still on my first skein of the Aaron and Eve, so that's how that's going. But I'm using a 5.5mm hook with those two combined, and look, it's quite like, that's a bit of a workout on my hands, you know, because it's like 100 and something stitches around at this stage. So let me show you the yarn orders that I got for those. So obviously I've already used 2 skeins of the velvet yarn, but I did get 4 of that blue in total because I wanted to have enough to finish the hat and then also have one left over for scrunchies. I also got a purple. So this is what I was talking about before with the secondary colour. I was going to use purple, but the more I look at this, the more I sort of like want to do white as like the dots and the under ruffle, or even like a light blue. But I don't think I have the materials to do that. So I think I'll just do the purple for now, and I can always make more. You know, I got this dark teal colour because I'm low on that one for scrunchies. I also got, it is very bright outside. Alright, I just had to change how much light was coming into the room so I could actually show you the colour. The yellow, and I got these pinks, so this is melon and vi, or at least like that's the colours I call them on my website for the scrunchies. And then this cream colour and this teddy bear brown. And then from Source of Fibre, this is the Aaron and Eve as a full ball of the blue that I'm using. So I got 2 of those. Oh gosh, these are huge. And 3 of these light purples. And this is going to be the under ruffle colour for the mushroom hat. I don't know if I needed 3. I'm pretty sure you mostly used 2, but then I was just short enough on how many grams she said I would need in the pattern, so I just got an extra one to be sure. And then I got 3 of a blend moment in this green colour. It's this like perfect frog colour, and it's being muted a little bit by the camera, but it's really bright in person. And what I've been making with those, so this is the 3rd one, and I've started on a frog snood. Once it's wide enough, I'll sew it together along the edge and then do the top part and then just the little eyes. So that'll be really cute to bring to markets, because there are so many Greyhound owners that go to the markets that I do, and I would love to just like watch one of them walk around with a little, like a frog snood that I made. I think that would be really cute. Greyhounds are my favourite dog breed, so making this for them. And I think I got one of these in particular because it goes really well with Bango's blend. And this was what I meant when I was going through the rainbow colours for the blanket that I want to do, but I wasn't sure about the green, so I'm thinking I'll see if this green would look nicer, but if not, I'll just use it for another frog snood. Here's my work in progress Bert. I had like, 2 rows left to finish him off. That'll get done sometime. And here is the project on my star blanket. I feel like I have definitely done more since the last clip. I don't know how many rows I want to do for this. I don't know how big I want to make it, because as a kid's blanket, I feel like it's almost big enough. I would say like 1 meter across-ish. I think I'll use up 3 full skeins and see how it's looking at that point, and maybe do more, but we'll see. Other than that, that's all the projects I've been working on and all of the packages that I've gotten. I do just want to say as well, for anyone familiar with my curse that I have of every time I take a day off work or, it's my weekend, it will rain. And so I think I was like, okay, let me take some annual leave. And the universe was like, absolutely not. I'm sending a cyclone for the first time in, 50 years. So that's my bad, guys. The cyclone is my fault. The other thing I've done recently was decide that I might want to try tapestry crochet. I don't really know how that came about. I just saw several of them like in my For You page on Instagram, and I was kind of just like, that's cool. There's like so many things I could do with that I would be like limited to if I was like, things that I have ideas for and I want to make plushies for them, but it would be sort of like too difficult to like go through and test like the designs myself. I just couldn't be bothered with pattern testing that much. And I was like, oh, well, with tapestry, really all I have to do is like work out the design and then make it. And it's not like I'm doing like shapes, it's just pixels. So that was really cool, and I looked up some YouTube tutorials. I had like a little go at it just to sort of see if I would even want to do it using like a free sort of outline and whatnot. But the issue with tapestry crochet is that now I feel like, I just got to a place where I was like, all right, I have all the yarn that I need. I don't need any more. And now I'm like, oh, well, I can't do tapestry crochet with like plush yarn or velvet yarn. And I've just been using this like Aaron and Eve and Bango's Blend and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, well, now now I have like a reason to be buying more of that, to have that in stock. So I'm thinking potentially like worsted weight for tapestries to also help them be a bit larger when I do like the smaller projects. So I went ahead and bought 5 patterns in different sort of difficulties, and I also wanted to get an idea of like how different people write their patterns, because it's a bit different to like plushies, for example. You can get patterns for plushies where people just tell you how to make it, and then there's others that will go step by step through like, if you're a complete beginner, here's how to do a single crochet. And so I figured I may as well get a couple different ones like from different designers to see what sort of, if it's a beginner pattern, do they put in extra information in there. So I got, the first one is a bee wall hanging, and I did go through and just quickly look at each of the patterns, and they all take different approaches to how they tell you how to do the design. So there's a couple different ways you can do it, and then there's also like Stitch Fiddle, where you can have like the graph and it's interactive and whatnot. That's a website. With that one, it's small, but there's quite a lot of different colours, so probably wouldn't be my first one that I would make. Then I got this Crying Heart one. It's 2 colours, so I think that would be probably the best to start off with, and also quite small, or medium size even. I don't know how difficult it would be. I think that would probably be a good one to start with. And this one has like a lot of good information in the pattern, like how to make a tapestry. Another sort of small one that I got is the Flaming Heart one. Even though there's quite a bit going on, I think just with the size of it, it should be potentially maybe the first one I'll start with, because I don't know. Like I said, there's like quite a few different colors, but it seems like it would be the easiest, like the quickest one. Whereas I don't want to get halfway through one of the larger ones and then lose steam because I'm not seeing the end result quick enough. So maybe for my first one, I'll make this one. And that also has some good details, and it was like tested as well. Another one I got that is just 2 colors is this snake one. And I figured that would be cool to turn into like a rainbow snake as well. Ear of the snake, 2 colors. It looks relatively small, like across wise, quite tall though, and it's got several different ways in there of making that one. And lastly, I got this butterfly, a monarch butterfly. It's simple enough. I've seen quite a few of these like large butterfly ones that look more complicated, and I figured I'd stay away from them from now. Like, I didn't want to get any that are too complicated to start with. So this one, I think it's, a bit bigger. There's quite a few colors. Once I'm ready to move on to like a medium-sized project, I'll probably do that one. And then after I've made those, if I'm feeling comfortable and like I'm enjoying it, I'll probably look into getting like larger projects. The designer of the Crying Heart one in particular, she has like some really cool traditional style tattoo sort of looking tapestries. And I think that would kind of suit like my sort of vibe, I'm a bit more on the edgy, I don't know how to say this without sounding cringe, like more edge, more punk. And I'm trying to sort of figure out, my niche with stuff as well, because I feel like at the moment, like I make all these really bright plushies and I do love that and I think they're cute, but cute isn't really like my style as a person. So I'm wondering if I should maybe make more things that I kind of like I have my bat pattern obviously and I love bats, but I don't know, I'm thinking of just sort of branching out a bit more and doing alternative. That is the word I'm looking for, not not edgy. You know, I listen to like alternative sort of music and stuff like that, so I think that would just be a fun little thing to dip my toe into, and step away from the more mainstream style that I'm currently doing a lot of the time. You know, I just think there's so much creativity you can have with crochet, and I don't want to fall into doing stuff just because it's popular and it's what everyone else is doing. I want to do those like cool things that are really out there and different and weird as well. Because I'm weird, people tell me all the time, apparently. At this point, I've learned to just roll with it, and I don't see it as an insult. I don't think most people mean it as an insult. Oh my god, this sun. It is almost 3 o'clock now, so I think I am going to end the vlog here. I will be editing this at some point. I don't know if it's going to go up soon or later, because, you know, there's a cyclone and we're probably going to lose power. Another plane just flew over, so I don't know what I was saying. So yeah, I don't exactly know when I'm going to be able to edit this. Another thing with editing too is in the ways that I've hurt my hand, it makes like using my mouse really difficult, which means obviously it's really hard to edit, especially such a long vlog. I'm going to have fun editing all of that. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you like this vlog. I hope you like my hat. Maybe in the next vlog I'll have this mushroom hat finished, or at least progressed quite a bit. Do the YouTube things. Okay? Okay. Goodbye.